Good afternoon, this is Colton with Build Brothers Roofing and Solar doing a digital roof inspection here for a homeowner out in the Poway area. We like to do these inspections to outline the current condition of the roof visually and outline any sensitive areas or areas of concern, and then provide a list of repairs that are needed. This is a concrete S-tile roof. We were able to actually find a tile down there that wasn't being used, and it's Monier is the manufacturer, and they actually don't make this tile anymore. It's a discontinued tile, but a very common S-tile shape that you see. You can see some cracked tiles on the first story right there as well. And then we have a big solar system up here as well. And there's some instances of the solar that we don't like, where it's basically tilted up like that. What it does is create a sail, and so wind basically grabs that and vibrates it and causes issues with the standoffs. There's been a bunch of repairs on this roof. As you can see, there's a bunch of caulking that's done where tiles have cracked. I would estimate probably 100 to 150 tiles that have kind of been repaired and then kind of sealed and stuff like that. Some slip tiles that kind of slipped down. And then a really big thing that happened on this roof, it was that there was pool solar on multiple roof planes. And when they had pool solar on multiple roof planes, they took it off and they basically caulked all the nail holes that they put through the tile. And so along the ridges down here, and then we pulled up one tile right here just so we could see the current condition of the underlayment, and we want to check how many layers it is to confirm how long we think this roof will last. This is the original underlayment from 1999, and then as we can see right there, you can see the plywood. There's only one layer of underlayment. So typically we're replacing this roof around 20-25 years. By replacing, we mean replacing the most important section of the roof, which is the underlayment. Now over here, you can see the amount of repairs, caulking and sealing. There's a lot going on with this roof. That's why these inspection videos are so important. We can see the amount of wires that are exposed down here. These are 300 watt panels, and it's the solar edge inverter. And so we can see how the pool solar was all on the second story at some point, right? And so what they did is they moved the pool solar down to a section, and they even moved some solar panel standoffs that actually don't have any solar panels, just an increased penetration point. Moved it all down to a section that gets a lot of shade. And they were making room for the pool solar, or the PV solar. So getting up here, we're getting to the section of the house that has an active leak. We can see some areas where there's some slip tiles and some replacement tiles. And this is where the leak is occurring over that master bedroom. And getting down here, we pulled some tiles just to see the current condition of the underlayment around here. So this section right here, we can see how disintegrating this underlayment is right here. Cracking, kind of, bubbling in some sections from heat and stuff like that. The original tar felt paper. And then this section right here is kind of over the window that we were discussing where the leak is occurring. And this is all original paper right here. There's been no repair done, so confused about the previous report, but we can see the original paper, the wear and tear and the water staining that's occurring and stuff like that. If we look at the standoffs, we now use L brackets that go around the tile. These are drilled through, so I don't know if these have even been removed. Indication doesn't look like they have these panels. So, and then you can see all like the hooks and stuff like that were from the pool solar at one point. And then the O'Hagan's, the vents for the attic that are kind of crushed down, the hooks up here. All this section that had a bunch of pool solar on it. They've caulked and sealed all the tiles that have a bunch of holes in them. And then you can see the brackets down there where the old pool solar was. So wires kind of dangling on the roof underneath the panel, right? So yeah, there's a lot going on with the age of the roof, and with one layer, we're looking at professional recommendation is to lift up the tile. And with this roof, we're only going to probably be able to reuse probably 70% because of the damage that's occurred to so much of it. And then we need to update the standoffs of all the solar panels. There's one layer of underlayment of tar felt paper. We need to go to a titanium fire resistant self-adhering underlayment. And yeah, this roof is going to continue to have issues unless we address the underlayment and get the sensitive tiles that are all, punctured out of the way. So we're going to measure it out right now to give the homeowner the proper recommendation and the solution, and we'll go from there.